All right, man. Let's get started. Don't let anyone fool you, right? Right off the bat, let's jump into it. Don't let anyone fool you, friend. We all are disciplined people. Discipline isn't just for an elite few. All of us are disciplined, right? You are disciplined when it comes to your Krispy Kreme situation, right? You're disciplined with that, right? You are disciplined when it comes to cursing someone out, right? So, despite popular opinion, despite what all the sports motivational speakers say, despite what anyone else says, we all are disciplined in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It's just that some of our discipline are misplaced, right? And today we're going to talk about that misplaced discipline as it relates to people who are following the unctions of God, people who are pursuing their dream, people who are pursuing the calling of God, people who are trying to bring to fruition what God is doing in them and through them. You can be undisciplined as well. And we're going to talk about that today. All right, let's get started. Discipline equals loyalty and love. All right, man, let's get started already. Yeah, let's jump right into it. Now, turn with me to Galatians, the 5th chapter and the 16th verse. That is a very familiar verse for all of us, right? Galatians 5 and 16, and it reads as follows. So I say, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Now, let's go ahead and deal with a couple things in this verse, right? First of all, let's deal with fulfilling the lust of the flesh, right? That is the definition of undisciplined, right? When you are unable or you are unwilling to deny yourself what your flesh is requesting, right? When you can't avoid your urges, you can't control your urges, right? That's what makes you undisciplined. All right, so what have we learned so far, right? Number one, we've learned that your inability to refrain from fulfilling the lust of your flesh, right? Your tendency to adhere to your urges, adhere to your nature, that is the definition of being undisciplined. Again, undisciplined people are people who fulfill the lust of their flesh, right? Secondly, we learned that the Spirit of God, right? The Spirit of God is unable to disable you from fulfilling the lust of the flesh by itself, right? Simply because you have the Spirit of God inside of you doesn't make you stronger than the lust of your flesh, right? Because you are a Christian doesn't automatically give you the power over your flesh. There's something else needed. There's an accompaniment required with the Spirit of God to enable you to deny the lust of the flesh. And that accompaniment is you're walking in the Spirit of God. One must walk in the Spirit of God, this verse says, and it is at that point you're able to deny your flesh, right? And we learned last video that the word walk in this verse refers to the walk of life or lifestyle, right? Paul in this verse is telling us that if you want to be disciplined, if you want to be able to deny your flesh, you must create a lifestyle of being in the Spirit of God. And that's the key to not falling to the lust of your flesh. And that is your lifestyle, right? You keep going over that young lady's house every time she calls. You fall to the lust of the flesh. Check your lifestyle, right? You keep going back for fifths at Golden Corral. Check your lifestyle, right? Now, if you took the lifestyle, if lifestyle was a glass ball and you threw it down, the particles would be all the commitments you have on a daily basis, all the things to which you are committed on a daily basis. You are committed to going to work every single day. That's your lifestyle. You're committed to your husband, to your wife. That's your lifestyle. You're committed to your children. That's your lifestyle. You're committed to going to the gym. That's your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is comprised of your commitments, right? So in essence, then this verse is telling us it is your commitments that disables you from fulfilling the lusts of your flesh. What are you committed to, right? What are you loyal to? I like the word loyal better. Your lifestyle displays all the things you are loyal to. Your loyalty to the Spirit of God on a daily basis creates strength in you to deny the lust of your flesh. So this is a loyalty game, right? You display your loyalty every time you fulfill the lust of your flesh, right? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Your alarm goes off and it's time to go to the gym, right? In that moment, when that alarm goes off, it's in that moment your loyalty will show up. It is in those moments your loyalty will show up. Your lifestyle will show up. Your commitment will show up. Somebody cuts you off in traffic and you have your kids in the car with you. And you see that car is stopped at the red light. You're going to pull up beside it. And what happens in that moment will display your loyalty. It will display your commitment. It will display your lifestyle. And if in that moment your commitment doesn't display the Spirit of God, if in that moment when that person cut you off when you're kids, if in that moment the Spirit of God doesn't show up, then there will be no strength in you. There will be no inclination in you to not fulfill the lust of the flesh, right? Moments when your urges desires one thing and what you know you need to do is requesting another. It is in that moment what you are loyal to. It is in that moment your commitment will show up, right? And it is people who are considered disciplined people, their loyalty is to what God is calling them to do. Their loyalty is to their promise. Their loyalty is to their success. Their loyalty is to what God is doing in them and through them. Unfortunately, for most of us, our loyalty lies in lying in the bed, going back to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. So fulfilling the lust of the flesh isn't just simple. It isn't just a simple giving into what is fun or what feels good. You have to understand what you do today creates tomorrow. What you do today creates the ease of things for tomorrow or the difficulty for things in tomorrow. What you do today makes tomorrow difficult. What you do today makes tomorrow easy. Right? So when you display your loyalty in that moment, you are planting a seed for tomorrow. The Bible says you reap what you sow. And when you sow a seed of loyalty to your flesh, when you sow a seed of loyalty to fulfilling the lusts of your flesh, the fruits that will come to fruition will show up at some point in the future. And you're going to ask yourself, why do I have diabetes? Why am my marriage falling apart? Why am I in a divorce court? Why is my boss firing me? Why is my car falling apart? Right? All of this stuff becomes the fruit tree that you planted of this loyalty to the Spirit of God and loyalty to your flesh. What you are planting today will grow to fruition in the future, right? And also, right, and what you don't understand is that God doesn't just do things for the sake of doing things, right? God uses everything in you, right? Everything that he does in you is utilized in the days to come, right? So God is creating something in you, shaping you in this moment, right? For tomorrow. That's what's happening in this moment. That's what's happening in your life. It isn't just tough, right? Getting out of the bed at 2 o'clock isn't tough. It is the shaping that the difficulty is the shaping, is the whittling, it is the honing of God of your life. It is God tearing off the sharp edges of you, making sharp edges where it needs to be. It's smoothing out areas in you where that needs to be smoother. It's strengthening you in areas where you need to be strengthened, right? There's a lot more to what's going on right now than what you realize. When you show your loyalty to sleep, you're not just showing loyalty to sleep and to your flesh. You are negating, you are truncating the shaping, the honing, the whittling of God in your life, right? You are negating what God is trying to do in this moment. And again, God does nothing today that he doesn't plan, that he's not going to use in the days to come, right? So you go back to sleep. God is unable to hone you and shape you. And in the days to come, when that moment comes, you're unfit, right? We like to blame so many things. We like to blame Satan for us falling to the flesh. We like to blame the people around us because we fulfill the lust of the flesh. But what really is, you didn't get up at 2 a.m. when God told you to, right? You show your loyalty to your urges. And now your urges rule over you in that moment. Why can I not turn this young lady down? Because you denied the honing and the shaping way back when. It was too difficult for you to fast. It was too difficult for you to go non-contact with that young lady. It was too difficult for you again to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and pray. You preferred to sleep. You preferred to eat. You preferred to answer your flesh instead of allow God to shape you in the moment. And when that moment came, you gave into your flesh. who you showed loyalty to showed up in that moment. I've said that already, right? Whenever your urges and what God is calling you to do fight, in that moment, your loyalty will show up, right? So what are we saying today, friend? Right? We said a lot. We said a lot. We said, number one, that being undisciplined simply means that you are fulfilling the lust of the flesh. People who fulfill the lust of the flesh are undisciplined. Right? We also said that it is necessary for you to create a lifestyle of being in the Spirit of God to be able to deny your flesh. You're not going to be able to deny your flesh if you haven't created a lifestyle in the Spirit. Right? And we said that being in the Spirit, we said that that lifestyle represents your commitment, everything that you're committed to. Right? So you have to change what you're committed to, what you're loyal to. Right? When you don't do what God's calling you to do, you're showing your loyalty to other things. Right? And we learned that in that moment where your loyalty is tested, showing disloyalty to God creates a life, creates a chain reaction that will hinder you in the days to come. Showing disloyalty to God is like planting a seed, and the fruits thereof you will encounter in the days to come. And lastly, we said that the moment that your flesh is being tested, the moment that your loyalty is being tested, is God shaping you. The difficulty that you're going through at 2 a.m. to get up is God shaping you. The difficulty that you're going through right now, that God has in you, is God shaping you, so that when the moment comes, when the test of your flesh comes, you're exactly who God's called you to be. Right? So you have to understand, my friend, that discipline is a sign of your loyalty. Who are you loyal to? Are you loyal to your stomach? I'm sure you can tell that I'm just a tad bit loyal to my stomach. Right? Are you loyal to that young lady? Are you loyal to your job? Or are you loyal to whatever God is trying to do right now? Are you loyal to, yes, I'm going to get up at 2 a.m. because I'm loyal to what God is doing in this moment. Yes, I'm going to go non-contact with these people because I'm loyal to what God is doing in this moment. Yes, I'm going to create a lifestyle of walking in the Spirit because I'm loyal to what God is creating in this moment. All right? Hope I got that across to you. I hope you understood it. Man, I say it every week. I mean it every single week. Thank you for showing up. My name is Jeff Staten, and this is Pressing Toward the Mark.